Hey guys, welcome back to another sports stuff video. Today, I'm going to be doing my final mock draft of the 2021 NFL Draft. As you guys may know, today is April 28th. That's when the video is coming out. Tomorrow, April 29th, is the NFL Draft. I'm going to be streaming from 7 p.m. till the end of the draft. I'm going to be reacting to every single pick, analysis on every single pick, predicting, like, are there going to be trades, are there going to be anything. If you guys are interested in the actual NFL Draft, go follow me on Twitch at I'mNixTV on Twitch. I'll be streaming from 7 p.m. EST to whenever the NFL Draft ends. I'm really excited. I got a lot of things planned. I'm really excited. I cannot wait for tomorrow. So let's get into the mock draft. As you guys know, I use PFF only because they're one of the best mock draft sites. And seeing how I'm doing the entirety of the first round, I'm not going to mess with the settings because I don't need to. So, obviously, Trevor Lawrence, we're going to start the draft. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence is going to go #1 overall. This is I don't know if I want to talk about Trevor Lawrence going to the Jags. I mean, again, I've done like 2 videos on him. I've done every single mock draft to talk about him. Trevor Lawrence is the consensus #1 overall pick. But here is where I'm actually going to steer clear of Zach Wilson. Man, the last week on Twitter, Twitter's been hating Justin Fields. I don't know why. In my book, he's the #2 quarterback. Like, I genuinely believe he's the #2 quarterback. So I don't understand why everyone is like so down on him all of a sudden. I mean, he had a 92 PFF grade against Clemson when they beat him. Like, against Clemson, he beat Trevor Lawrence, and it was like very clear he outplayed Trevor Lawrence. So I would love Justin Fields in the 49ers system, but I'm gonna go Justin Fields at #2. Again, I think he's a better prospect than Zach Wilson, than Mac Jones. I think he's the #2 overall pick. He's more intelligent. He plays through injuries. He's a great locker room guy from what I've been reading by his teammates. Not only is he a great athlete as well, he's very smart. I think that's a really good mixture for a quarterback in the NFL. I think no matter where he goes, he'll succeed. I would have liked him to the 49ers, but I don't think the Jets gonna buy. This is what I think should happen, not what's going to happen. Again, it sucks. I really do wish the NFL was more high on Justin Fields, which I think they do. I think just the NFL Twitter sucks. I think NFL Twitter is just really racist. Not gonna lie, I think that's the only reason he's not the #2 overall pick consensus right now. The 49ers, I joked on Twitter they should take Kyle Pitts, and I actually got a lot of interaction, like a good interaction that they should. If they would have stayed, what were they? Were they at 6 or 12? They were at 12. If they would have traded up to like 4 or 5, I would have been okay with them taking it. But I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting. But yeah, #3. Where is he? I like Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance fits their type of system. Trey Lance has to sit for at least 1 year. He's definitely more of a he's not a project pick. He needs a year to learn the system, to learn the NFL, and just to develop. So I think that gives you the opportunity to have Jimmy Garoppolo as your starter for another year. And maybe if you go 1-6, and if you go 1-6, you can just start Trey Lance anyway and let him play his way into the NFL. So I'm actually okay with him taking Trey Lance instead of Zach Wilson right here. #4, Kyle Pitts. Now we can talk about it. There's rumors that Julio Jones can be traded. I don't buy the rumors at all. But with Kyle Pitts, I think it makes Matt Ryan even more dynamic. He is now as a tight end prospect, a generational prospect at the tight end position. In my opinion, is the #1 overall prospect in the draft. I think he'll be. I know it's not really controversial to say this anymore, but I've been saying this for a while. Kyle Pitts will be the greatest player in this draft at his position. He'll be better at Trevor Lawrence at quarterback when he plays tight end. Like, he'll have a better career at tight end than Trevor Lawrence will at quarterback. I think that's undeniable that Kyle Pitts is just the greatest talent in this draft. The Bengals. Oh, Bengals. I'm starting to buy the Jamar Chase rumors. I'm starting to buy the Jamar Chase rumors. Really, Rick, a lot. I don't think they're taking Penei Sewell. I don't think they are. I'm gonna go Jamar Chase. It hurts me, but man, I've looked at a lot of reports, and it looks like Jamar Chase is their pick if he's there. So I think for the Dolphins, they're like, oh, okay, you guys just let him slip by. We'll gladly grab Devonta Smith, Tua's favorite, playing partner. I think that's exactly what they need. Tua needs Yeah, I think that's the pick. I think Devonta Smith for Tua is #1 target in college football. And in most drafts, he'd be a top 5 pick. But it's just that this draft is so offensive heavy with quarterbacks and tight ends, generational unicorns, that he's a fall out of the top 5. The Lions. I actually have the Lions making a trade. That's right. I have the Lions trading back. Where are they? With number 13, 13, 47, and that in their comp pick. What? They have to. What the hell? What the hell? Is that gonna work? I mean, they're moving up. What is that? 6 spots. So 13, the future third, and 97, which is a comp pick. So already, let me go back. They actually have a lot of picks going here. Christian Darrisaw. Really, I guess not a lot of teams have him trading up. I think they take Penei Sewell to protect Justin Herbert, bring back the Oregon boys. Penei Sewell can protect Justin Herbert for 10 years, and he'll be he's one of the best tackle prospects. He's still my #1 tackle. I know a lot of people really like Rashawn Slater, but I think this is obvious. Now, the Carolina Panthers. I mean, there's a lot of teams. There was one mock draft from someone I really respect on the NFL Twitter. It has the Patriots moving up to 8, so it'd be the Chargers moving up to 7, and the Patriots moving up to 8. I don't know. I don't know how much I buy that. I know the Panthers have been in talks of trading back, but like in division rival, well, not in division, I'm sorry, but like the Patriots moving up to 8. I don't know. I think they'd rather take like a Rashawn Slater. Yeah, let's go to their depth chart. I love to see what their tackle. I know they have Taylor Moton. I'd love to see what the other. Yeah, Cam Irving. Yeah, I'm all for them taking a tackle. I'm for them staying and taking Rashawn Slater. I don't think the Patriots move back yet. I think this is where the Broncos will be like, oh crap. Rashawn Slater, who could have been played opposite Garrett Bowles for the future, just got taken. We don't need a wide receiver. I mean, they could take Zach Wilson, but they could probably get. I think this is where the Patriots move up to take him. Plus, they just traded Teddy Bridgewater to the Broncos, so they're definitely not going to be drafting a quarterback. Now they have Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater. Good thinking, Nick. Let's go to the Patriots. They give up 15 comp and a future third. Move up to 9. The Patriots take Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson is a really good fit for the Patriot system. Give him a year to develop behind Cam Newton. I don't think he should play immediately. Again, the Zach Wilson hype has gotten a lot, and the Justin Fields hate has gotten a lot. And I don't understand either one of them. I think Zach Wilson is like the 3rd quarterback. I don't really like him. I like him over Trey Lance, but I like Trey Lance in the 49ers system more than Zach Wilson. That's the only reason I had him slip. But the Patriots move up, grab their future quarterback of the future. I'm really excited to see what Zach Wilson can do in the system. I don't think he's anything special. I think he'll be a fine quarterback. I don't know if he'll be a Hall of Famer, but I think if anyone can make him do a really elite quarterback, it is Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels. The Cowboys, easy. Patrick Surtain. Now I'm going to talk about it. They need corner help. Trevon Diggs and Patrick Surtain in the future. That's an amazing 1-2 punch at corner, and you can extend them the minute they're available, because those will be 2 amazing corners for the future. The Giants, Jalen Waddle. Okay, like there's a lot of these picks I feel like everyone's just a consensus on. The Giants taking a wide receiver is obviously, I feel like, a consensus. They do need offensive line help, but I think in round 2 you can get pretty decent value. So, New York Giants, they get Jalen Waddle. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Also, Jalen Waddle, again, if he was in another draft, he could have been the #1 overall wide receiver. Injuries did hinder him. I think if he wasn't injured, Devonta Smith would not have won the Heisman, because Jalen Waddle would have been right there with him, being really good. I don't think either of them would have won the Heisman, but like it would have definitely taken away from Devonta Smith's accolades this season, like in yards, touchdowns, averages. Jalen Waddle is just right there with him. So at 11 for the Giants, that's a steal, in my opinion. The Eagles, they could grab Micah Parsons. I'm not against them grabbing Micah Parsons. I don't know. I think J.C. Horn is more of a better pick. I might have to go J.C. Horn. Pair him up with Darius Slay. They let a lot of their secondary leave. I think this opens up the field for Micah Parsons to go to the Lions, which is awesome. I love the Lions grabbing Micah Parsons. They've had a linebacker problem for the last like 10 years. Micah Parsons is a really good linebacker that, you know, fills that hole, at least one of the holes on that defense. They have a lot of holes. When your team has more than 3 positions needed, you got something wrong. They have 6 positions needed. That is insane. It is all almost on defense besides wide receiver. They do need a wide receiver, but I think there's a lot of value in the second round. The Vikings, Christian Darrisaw finishes that offensive line build they've been doing for the last couple of years. I love this pick. The fact that Christian Darrisaw can slide to 14, was it 14? Yeah, the 14 is a steal. They get a franchise tackle, you know. You get a franchise tackle at 14 is very rare. Especially like just like last season when there were 3 tackles taken in a row. Jedrick Wills, Mekhi Becton, and then Tristan Wirfs, all 3 generational franchise left tackles, plus Andrew Thomas, who I don't know, you know, he had a little bit of a rough year, but it's fine. The Denver Broncos now, they need a quarterback, tackle, and a linebacker. I wouldn't mind them taking Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I think him next to Von Miller and Bradley Chubb would be elite. I'm actually gonna go with that. Joke goes to the Broncos, finishes at linebacker for the future with Bradley Chubb, especially with Von Miller for a season. Ooh, that's a good linebacker core. They already have a pretty decent secondary, and the defensive line could use a little bit of help. But again, I think this defensive line is better. Like the value is better in the second and third rounds than in the first round, especially at pick 15. The Cardinals, Christian Barmore is either finishing up that defensive line. Chandler Jones and JJ Watt are veterans and very old, so Christian Barmore can come in, step in to be that 3 tech in the middle, you know, that like a classic nose tackle or a 4 tech interior defensive lineman. He can play either position. He's pretty smart. I don't know if he had the green dot in college, but I feel like he could definitely do it in the NFL. Yeah, as you can see, he's mostly a pass rusher, but he's pretty decent on run defense as well. I think that finishes up that defensive line for them. The Raiders. Now the Raiders is a little bit interesting. I had a feeling that they could reach for linemen. I don't know. Okay, so never mind. I'm not gonna do what I was trying to do. Never mind. Just forget that. Nick edited out the last 5 minutes of trying to get a trade package together for the Raiders moving back with the Bears. I feel the Bears would trade up in this situation, but I don't want to force trade it, so we're just gonna keep moving. I would actually be surprised if the Colts move up. I'm not gonna lie. Let's get a Colts trade, moving up to 17. That's 4 spots. I am taking Elijah Vera Tucker. He played, I believe, both left and right tackle, if I'm not mistaken. No. Elijah Vera Tucker is the guy who's moved over. Like, he's the one that's played guard multiple positions. But you know, again, they Anthony Costanza did retire. I love grabbing Elijah Vera Tucker to be that last piece of the offensive line at left tackle, and if needed, can move to left and right guard if injuries happen. But Elijah Vera Tucker, I 100% believe could be the future left tackle for the Colts for many years. I love this pick for them. The Dolphins. Earlier in the draft, they grabbed Devonta Smith. I think they grabbed offensive line help, if there is any. I don't really think there is any. There's a lot of corners. I don't think they need corners. This could be where Kwity Paye goes. Kwity Paye could go right here. I think it's a little soon for Walker Little. Yeah, see, he opted out last season. I don't know. I have a feeling that Walker Little will fall more in over here. Very interesting what the prospects they could do here. No, I have a feeling. I think, but we're gonna go Kwity Paye. I think Kwity Paye is a perfect prospect for the Dolphins. They did trade Shaq Lawson to the Texans, and he was their leading sack leader, I believe, last season. We'll grab Kwity Paye to replace him. Washington football team. I'd love to mock you Mac Jones. I'd love to. I don't think they're gonna do it though. I think they'd rather wait a season and see what quarterbacks who want in next year's draft. I haven't done any scouting for next year. I'd love to see what the next year's draft prospects are at quarterback. I don't like Mac Jones to Washington. I don't know. I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of it. I love Tevin Jenkins to this team though. Left and right tackle. I love Tevin Jenkins actually to this team. Let's see what Washington's depth chart looks like. I'd love to see what their tackle situation is. Okay, so Tevin Jenkins is a perfect mock to the football team. Tevin Jenkins played left and right tackle throughout his college career. Probably more of a right tackle, but again, he can play either position in the NFL. They have Morgan Moses and Garon Christian, both of them not great. I think Tevin Jenkins can take either one of their jobs. I think Mac Jones to the Bears is inevitable. You gotta grab a quarterback. You gotta grab a quarterback. I'm just not a fan of him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not a fan of Mac Jones. But I think the Bears are stupid enough to grab him in the first round instead of grabbing a wide receiver and just like preparing for next year's draft and trade for someone next year. I don't know. I think they were all in on Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson. So when both of those fell through, they're just like, okay, we're just gonna sign Andy Dalton. I don't know. I think grabbing Mac Jones is pretty good for them. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. Again. These should switch. These could switch. I think no matter what, these two go 19-20. I think that's where they should go. Tevin Jenkins and Mac Jones, 19-20. I think is interchangeable. Ugh, that's hard though. That's really hard. The Raiders. Obviously, they traded back with Indianapolis. Indianapolis traded up to grab Elijah Vera Tucker. This is why I could see Walker Little going. This is where Walker Little could go. I like Walker Little here. They did sign Colton Miller though. Could Walker Little make the transition to right tackle? Let me look at him real quick. Let me look at his 6'7", 309. Okay. I think he could play right tackle. He could play. Oh, he could play interior guard. He could do it. I think he could do it. I mean, the Raiders still need a #1 wide receiver. I don't think there is a #1 wide receiver left. They could grab corner. Greg Newsome II is right here. You know what? But are the Raiders intelligent is the question. Do they just keep trading back? Do they just keep trading back? I could see a situation where they keep trading back. It's so hard to mock for the Raiders. I think they grab Greg Newsome. You know what? We're gonna go Greg Newsome. I think he fills in their #1 corner hole. I'm not a fan of Damon Arnett. He played decently in his rookie year, but he was a really big reach. I think Greg Newsome from Northwestern is a great pick. And I think Caleb Farley follows him right after. Caleb Farley does have injury concerns, but I think just the fact that the Titans are so needy for corner, they're willing to take that risk. I mean, they did draft Isaiah Wilson last year. That was a little bit of a risk, and we saw how that turned out. Maybe they're a little scarred from risky players, but it's fine. The Jets at 23. I don't know what the Jets can grab. They got a quarterback in Justin Fields. They have a left tackle. Could they grab Walker Little and move from the right tackle possibly? Terrace Marshall Jr. is still here. I'm a pretty big fan of Terrace Marshall Jr. There's still a lot of good wide receivers left. There's a lot of good wide receivers left. I'm gonna go edge. I'm gonna go pair someone up with Shaq. Pair someone up with the edge they just signed. Pair him up with Carl Lawson. I think Jason Owa could be a really good pairing with Carl Lawson. Both crazy freak athletes, very intelligent when it comes to not really getting a lot of penalties on on jumping the gun a little bit too quickly. I think Jason Owa also has like the physical things to make a pretty good impact player on a depleted Jets defensive line. And again, we already know that Robert Saleh loves his defensive lines. So I think he's gonna try and bolster that defensive line as much as he can. He's already tried in free agency. I think grabbing a prospect that could he looks like he could be pretty good in the NFL at edge rushing. I like it. The Squealers. Okay, what should the Squealers do? I wouldn't mind Walker Little here. I think this no. I love to see the Steelers take a really bad player, but Walker Little genuinely might be a good pick for them. Running back is a possibility. I think they go in the second round for that, but we're gonna keep it. The Jaguars. I believe this is the last trade, like the last draft pick from the Jalen Ramsey trade. They already grabbed Trevor Lawrence. Do we want to grab him a wide receiver? Yeah, I think they grab a wide receiver. Pairing up, that finishes their 3 wide receivers. They got DJ Chark. They got last year's, what's his name? Yeah, they got DJ Chark, Laviska Shenault, Marvin Jones, and Philip Dorsett are pretty okay. I mean, Jamal Agnew followed Marvin Jones from the Lions, which is pretty interesting. I think Rashad Bateman finishes that really young 1-2-3 punch at wide receiver that the NFL needs today. I love that pick actually for them. I love that pick. I could have gone tight end. I mean, everyone knows I'm a very big Pat Freiermuth fan, but I think you can probably get him a little bit later in the second round. I mean, you do have the first pick in the second round, I believe. I believe they do. So they could technically still do that. Ooh. Ooh. Jalen Phillips is still here. So is Terrace Marshall. I think the Browns quietly need a wide receiver. There's still rumors that Sheldon Richardson is interested in signing back with the Browns after the draft if like everything goes not in the way of defensive line. I would love Jalen Phillips here. You know what? We're doing it. Jalen Phillips, edge. I mean, him and Myles Garrett for the future is insane. Jadeveon Clowney, Tack McKinley, Jalen Phillips, Myles Garrett, Porter Gustin at edge. All 5 of those rotational. Oh my lord, that is an insane rotation at the defensive end position. I love that. The fact that Jalen Phillips fell this far, just because I'm like, yeah, no, like everything above this, everything I've done so far, I think is the most accurate prediction I've ever done. Lots of trades, lots of like really good picks for the future and immediately. I love this draft so far that I've done. The Ravens, they need a wide receiver. Terrace Marshall Jr. I love Terrace Marshall Jr. to go to the Ravens at 28. They still need a right tackle. Is there even a tackle here? Let me go to tackle. Alex Leatherwood. Ooh. Alex Leatherwood. The thing is, he's a left tackle already. Ooh. I kind of like that. Okay, Dylan Radoon. Samuel Cosmi has done both positions. Well, Dylan Radoon's the only left tackle. Samuel Cosmi. You know what? We're gonna wait on it. We're gonna wait until the later pick. I think they grab Terrace Marshall Jr. Grab one more wide receiver. He's 6'3", 200. I think he's the perfect wide receiver for this kind of system. They still need that big number 1 receiver. They have a lot of small guys. I think Terrace Marshall can step in and be that number 1 receiver for the Ravens, especially. I like that pick. Elijah Moore to the Saints? Question mark. He's only 5'9". I forgot how he's not super tall. I forgot about that. They could go corner. No, I'm gonna go with Asante Samuel. I'm gonna go with Asante Samuel Jr. Asante Samuel played for the Falcons. Who else? He played for the Falcons, the Patriots. Who else did he play for? Hold up. Am I dumb? Is that all he played for? No. He definitely. Oh yeah, I already looked at it eventually. The Eagles. He played for the Eagles. But yeah, I think the legacy and just his name, pushes him into the first round. Very smart. It's a ball hawk. I'd love to see him in the Saints colors. Put him next to Marshawn Lattimore. Ooh, that's a good corner pairing. That's a very good corner pairing. All right, the Green Bay Packers. They have a lot of offensive line issues. I wouldn't mind a corner. Is there even a corner that I personally like? Oh, not looking like it. Javon Holland is interesting. I watched. Oh, who was it? I watched Tom Grossi comedy on YouTube. He's a Packers fan, and he chose Javon Holland in one of his mock drafts. So I'm gonna go. He can play slot and he can play slot corner and safety. I'm gonna again. I don't really know what the Packers like to do. They're a very weird team to mock. So Tom Grossi is a major Packers fan, knows what they need. I'm gonna rely on him. Shout out to Tom Grossi. I'll have a link here in the description. Thank you for that pick. Because I would have gone wide receiver, but I know the Packers wouldn't do that. Javon Holland, I thank Tom Grossi. Thank you. The Buffalo Bills, I think it's pretty easy. I think it's very easy. The number one running back in my book is Najee Harris. I don't know how Javonte Williams is like jumping up boards like that. I'm gonna go Najee Harris. I think it's really easy. I think right away. Yeah, I like Samuel Cosmi to the Ravens. I like that. He can play left and right tackle in case Ronnie Stanley does get hurt again, but he can play right tackle. He played it his freshman season. I like that pick. Now the Buccaneers, they have an entire draft board of pretty decent players to go off of. They say quarterback is their number 1 need. You know what? Kyle Trask is still there. He's not supposed to go until the very last pick of the second round. They need a safety as well. Trevon Moehrig. Could Trevon Moehrig go? Huh. I'm not a big fan of Trevon Moehrig though. I'm more of a fan of Paris Ford. That's me personally. The Buccaneers though do need defensive line help. What's his name? Ndamukong Suh signed a 1-year deal. I think they grab Azeez Ojulari, my next edge on the board. I think he fills in that need for the future. I mean, I think it's a pretty good draft. Rashawn Slater. Wow, that's messed up. Rashawn Slater. I'm actually gonna copy and post this on Twitter. Let's go to Twitter. Go follow me on Twitter. My link tree's in the description. Let's see what my followers think. So we can go over this one more time. Oh, I'm gonna do it on this website though. Go over this one more time. All 32 picks in every single trade. Trevor Lawrence Jags. Justin Fields to the Jets. Trey Lance to the 49ers. Kyle Pitts to the Falcons. Jamar Chase to the Bengals. Devonta Smith to the Dolphins. Penei Sewell to the Chargers. Rashawn Slater to the Panthers. A trade up. Zach Wilson to the Patriots. Patrick Surtain to the Cowboys. Jalen Waddle to the Giants. J.C. Horn to the Eagles. Micah Parsons to the Lions after the trade down with the Chargers. Christian Darrisaw to the Vikings. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah to the Broncos after a trade down with the Patriots. Christian Barmore to the Cardinals. Elijah Vera Tucker to the Colts after a trade up with the Raiders. Kwity Paye to the Dolphins. Tevin Jenkins to the Washington Football Team. Mac Jones to the Bears. Greg Newsome II to the Raiders after a trade down with the Colts. Caleb Farley to the Titans. Jason Owa to the Jets. Walker Little to the Steelers. Rashad Bateman to the Jaguars. Jalen Phillips to the Browns. Terrace Marshall Jr. to the Ravens. Asante Samuel Jr. to the Saints. Javon Holland to the Packers. Najee Harris to the Bills. Samuel Cosmi to the Ravens. And Azeez Ojulari to the Buccaneers. If you guys did like my mock draft, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification button to be notified when I post next. Again, tomorrow, the 29th of April, from 7 p.m. EST to whenever the NFL draft ends, I'll be streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/I'mNixTV. Hit my link tree. Go follow me on Twitch. Go sub to me. Financially support me, please. But just come in, stop by, see what pick we're on. You know, maybe I'll have some friends as well staying over in the draft helping me out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye.